opinion.
Oh, you're taking it way too far, dude.
You don't know who you're managing, who you're dealing with. What you have to bear in mind also is that
Wing nutty.
police officers are trained to de-escalate. Okay, so they're...
Let me tell you something, man. What did the cop do wrong? We have gone overboard. Completely overboard. Clinton Jaws, this police officer, he's been accused of disclosing to protesters of Trudeau's route. This is where he came in. This is where he came out. Everybody's freaking out over it. Everybody's got it wrong, but they're all freaking out. Prime Minister has thrown this kid under the bus. All media is against this police officer. You know who else is against him? Other cops. Why? Because that's what they do. We eat our own. I'm going to show you a series of videos, guys, and I'm going to tell you why everybody's got it wrong. I'm going to show you the Prime Minister talk about it, and I'm going to show you other cops talking about it. Absolutely destroying this police officer. What grosses me out the most is the other cops talking about him. Shameful. And it, honest to God, is gross. I'm also going to show you the real video. The video that the media won't show you. It's kind of important. If we're going to talk about this story, you need to see the whole video. I turn on CPAC the other, Trudeau. I know Trudeau's about to speak, and I fast forward to the questions. Because that's what he's prepared for this question. He knows this question is going to come out of this reporter. And he answers it for a political boost. He's got it all set up. Oh, CBC, of course.
Alison Northcott with CBC.
Of course.
There's a video being shared online where you can see an OPP officer telling protesters, one wearing an F. Trudeau hat, which gate you entered at the Alliston event yesterday. Do you consider this a breach of duty, and is it being investigated?
As you well know, I won't comment on operational or security matters, but I...
Isn't it funny how he won't, all of a sudden he won't comment on it? When he's done it in the past?
Can you listen to me, sir, now that I've listened to you?
Yeah, I'll listen.
Okay. I'm glad to be here with my kids. We just filled sandbags for 15 minutes,
you
which
help
isn't
people
enough.
up.
Sorry.
All
sir,
your RCMP
sir,
and security
sir,
help people up from getting their
I can
stuff.
understand your frustration around security. I live frustrations with security every day of my life right now. That's something that unfortunately is a reality of my life.
Every day, he's frustrated with his security. Just commented on it. But today he won't. Why? Because he's got a big phony speech planned for it. Prepared for it. He knew he was going to be asked this. How do I get ahead? And by the way, after you see this video of this cop, as a prime minister, all he had to say was, I see no problem with what the police officer did. Nothing came from it. He could have said anything. I don't want to see this cop get in trouble.
I am sure that the appropriate folks are looking into whatever reports these are. I think
like
it's
you don't know?
important to emphasize and understand that
Here we go.
the right to protest
listen to this.
is really important.
It's important all of a sudden.
In a democracy, your freedom to disagree with the government is something we perhaps take for granted here in Canada, but that they cannot take for granted in far too many places around the world. The ability to throw out insults at the person of the Prime Minister is something that is protected here in Canada and is really important for people to be able to express themselves.
Please, protesters, start liking me more. I understand you're just expressing yourself.
That's really key.
It's key.
At the same time, however, politicians need to be very, very careful that they don't feed into divisions amongst Canadians, polarizations, or conspiracy theories. And I've been thinking about this.
Oh, God, here. Please don't think.
In regards to Pierre Poilievre.
Oh.
Anyone who wants to be Prime Minister of this country needs to be clear with Canadians about whose votes he wants and who he stands with. If Pierre Poilievre wanted to be a responsible leader...
Wait for it.
I'll even give him the words.
Oh, he needs it.
This is what he should say.
Why does he keep on pausing?
I reject categorically the endorsement and the support of Diagolon and of Alex Jones.
Why would he do that? Alex Jones is the vulnerable. He suffers from mental illness. Keep on going.
Alex Jones is a garbage conspiracy theorist.
That's mean.
That's all Pierre Poilievre would have to say. But he won't say it.
You know I'm showing you that part again.
But he won't say it.
By answering that question the way he did, gave him a benefit. Even though it destroys somebody's career, he doesn't care. Here's the video. The guy who videotaped it, he's a protester. His name's Jeremy Glass.
Going a little fast, aren't we in a 60 zone?
The protesters are across the street, guys. They're not even on the compound where Trudeau is. Watch this.
We're here. All for this.
Anyways, there's a guy with a microphone, and he's just saying F-bombs like you wouldn't believe, saying the C word. He's over the top, if you ask me.
Should we try to walk in, see how far we can get? I think so.
So that's what he's going to do.
I'm going to go check it out here, folks.
He's going to take a little walk over.
Back. Feeling a little feisty. I'm going to go talk to the officers here and see if they know what entrance our fearless leaders coming out.
Wants to know what entrance he's coming out. Which, by the way, doesn't matter what entrance he's coming out because they're not on the compound. They're not allowed to be. Oh, nobody told you that part, did they?
I like bugging them anyways. So yeah, this is the Honda plant over here. Like I said, apparently this is the entrance that he came in.
You see the one cop car there, guys? They got the whole building secured. He's not coming out that way, okay? There's one cop car.
But doubtfully this will be the entrance that he comes out.
Doubtfully.
He will see us and they will sneak him out a different entrance because he is a coward. He's not a Poilievre who will actually come and talk to protest.
See, he knows. They know that he ain't coming out that entrance. Because they're experienced protesters.
Do you know which entrance he is going to be coming out? He's what?
He's already
here. Do you know where he'll be coming out?
He came in this way and then just U'd in, so.
Oh yeah? So you
Yeah,
figure
so
he'll
he's
probably
already-
come back out?
Now,
this
do me a
entrance?
favor.
Yeah.
Now, did you notice that the protester asked him what entrance he's coming out? And did you notice the cop didn't tell him? Cop instead says, will you do me a favor?
Do you know which entrance he is going to be coming out? He's what? He's already here. Do you know where he'll be coming out?
He
though?
came in this way and then just U'd in, so.
Oh yeah? So you
Yeah,
figure
so
he'll
he's
probably
already-
come back out?
Now,
this
do me a
entrance?
favor.
Yeah.
I'm on board with you guys.
Yeah.
But just no profanity.
Yeah, this one guy, he's a
Yeah,
that's why
he's a little
I'm
out
on a
there.
live feed and I can't have the profanity
Yeah.
on my live feed.
Yeah,
so that's why I
he's a
kinda
little
walked
out
away.
there, and I wouldn't want my wife and kids to drive by with him yelling all that, and you know, Krista Freeland's a slut.
Yeah.
You know, I want to fucking beat an OPP officer, and fuck the OPP, like.
Yeah.
Easy.
No, that's not me. But it's hard. It's hard. I don't even know the
There's
guy. So it's hard.
6,000 of us employed on the OPP.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that not 6,000 voted for Trudeau.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
Not all 6,000 voted for Trudeau, okay? Like, he stated a fact.
Especially with the catch and release program and officers getting shot for guys that are already out on violent crimes.
That's
Not too many
ridiculous.
people are with
It's
Justin
absolutely
Trudeau
ridiculous.
at this point. I don't blame you for the profanity. I'll
No.
talk to him. Like I said, I
just
don't
try to
know
keep
him
the
myself.
profanity
but
down. I don't.
That's kind of why I walked away. Just it's,
I don't mind you guys, but we were told that we don't want you on the property. It's private property, and that it will be trespassed. And just keep the profanity down a little.
We don't want you on the property. If you do, we're going to trespass you. He's protecting his scene.
That we don't want. We want you guys to, you know, protest all you want. Just properly.
keep it clean.
Yeah.
All right, I do the Shelburne protest up in Shelburne, and we've been keeping it clean there for 2 years now. So, all right, thanks for your support.
What the hell is wrong with that? I'm going to oh man, it just gets me going when I see this cop being perfect. Listen to what the protester says about the police officer.
Yeah, he may have a bit of a point there with the profanity, but he does get a little wound up. That was a very supportive cop, wasn't it, Kimberly?
Do you not see what happened there? Effective. The police officer made friends with the protester. And the whole of all of Canada is in an uproar. beaten up on that cop. They're not even on the grounds. They were never going to be on the grounds. We don't even know what exit he was. That cop probably didn't even know what exit he was coming out of. Absolutely no safety issue. And as a police officer, let me tell you something. We lie to people all the time. I've interviewed people that were accused of rape. Do you think I want to make enemies with them? Maybe. I possibly might have even said to them, hey, I understand why you did it. I don't blame you for doing it. What am I doing here? I'm becoming best friends with the guy, so he confesses to me. If you're interviewing somebody who shook their baby to death, you don't become their enemy. You become their best friend. You go on their side. That's effective policing. Hey, I get what you're doing. Hey, I'm on board. Not all police officers voted for Trudeau. But can you do me a favor? Stop the profanity. Having a good conversation with somebody. In the catch release program, it's a fact. It's a joke. Every police, I would say that if I was in the gas station buying smokes and somebody came up to me, I can't believe all these criminals are getting out. You guys arrest them and they get released. I would say, any cop would. It's a complete joke. It's a complete joke. All we do is arrest and all they do is get released. Can't stand it. You're allowed to have conversations with the public about truthful stuff. What makes me sick is what other police officers said about this cop. That's why I'm doing the video. I know I'm not going to get a lot of views. I know the video's way too long, but I don't care. It has to be said. Former deputy of the RCMP. How do you get on CBC? How do you get interviewed? CBC knows what you're going to say and they pay you money to say it. Former RCMP cop.
Expressing an opinion about public policies is somewhat far removed from what Canadian would expect of a police officer that should remain totally neutral when being approached by citizens.
Wrong.
Because it's part of their ethics, if you want.
Okay.
You don't fight with the protester. You don't argue with the protester. You get the protester to like you.
So let's walk through this in a couple of components, and let's start with the political statement or that he made, where he said to the protester, "I'm with you guys." Now, there may be a lot of...
No, he said, "I'm on board." He didn't say I stand with you. I just said I'm on board.
Police officers and a lot of Canadians who feel the way they apparently do about the Prime Minister's office. But is that proper conduct when you're in uniform and assigned as part of the protective detail of the Prime Minister? How do you look at that as a former deputy commissioner?
How do you look at it, sir?
Well, it's deeply troubling to me because police officers...
He's deeply troubled, guys. Deeply. Not just troubled. Deeply. Ridiculous. No harm done. Nothing but goodness done. A good interaction because of that police officer.
Are to uphold the law of our country.
No, it isn't. He said if you go any farther, basically anybody that comes onto here, we're going to trespass you. He's upholding the law.
And therefore needs to be far removed from any political opinion.
Oh, you're taking it way too far, dude.
You don't know who you're managing, who you're dealing with. What you have to bear in mind also is that police officers are trained to de-escalate. Okay, so let
me tell you something, man. What did the cop do wrong? We have gone overboard. Completely overboard. Let's just agree. Okay, maybe he shouldn't have said that. I don't agree with that at all. Maybe he shouldn't have said that that he's on board, that he understands why people are protesting. Maybe he shouldn't have said that. Oh, big deal. Okay, if you disagree with it, disagree with it. This has been taken too far.
What you have to bear in mind also is that police officers are trained to de-escalate.
Like that cop did. 100% pure de-escalation. He didn't escalate it. He could have escalated it by saying, "I do not agree with anything that you guys are doing here today." Why would he do that? Why wouldn't he just say, "I'm on board"? De-escalation. What don't you get? Been a while for you, hasn't it, on the street?
Okay, so therefore, a police officer might indicate to someone, "Yes, I appreciate your opinion. However, sir, I'm asking you to move," or "Sir, I'm asking you to..." But, to indicate to someone and go even to the point where, "Yes, I agree, yes," and then started exchanging, opinions about the current Prime Minister and public policies is...
Public policies? The protester said, catch and release. Did you guys even know that's not even a policy? They weren't discussing policies. Basically, the protesters saying, it's sad to see these people, you catch them, they get released, and they commit violent crimes after that. And the cop is like, yeah, I know, it's ridiculous. There's nothing wrong with that. Policies. People think there's a real let's catch up. Google catch and release program. Tell me the elements of that program. Tell me the policies inside that program.
And public policies is far beyond de-escalating, in my opinion.
Okay, so the commentary...
Again, if this police officer is still there, one could potentially assume that if he drove through this particular gate, then he might still be coming out from this gate because the police officer hasn't been relocated to other locations.
Yeah, he's going to come out of that gate with one cop there. Do you think Trudeau came out that gate? Of course he didn't.
In my opinion, you do not share any information with regards to the whereabouts, where the Prime Minister has been, or where he could potentially go.
He's already inside, dude, doing his thing, doing his little talk.
So how does that affect the whole security operation? Because your assessment where we began, you suggested he's probably in that third level of protection, that third circle of protection, which is more, I guess, scene control and maybe traffic control. He's not in the close protection unit with the Prime Minister. Does it create an operational risk, or is it just an inappropriate thing?
It is an inappropriate comments with regards to the behavior. Right. And what is more, that the individual clearly indicated that he was actually filming this exchange. So therefore, this police officer seems to be a seasoned officer, should have been, alarm bells should have gone off, and therefore be very guarded in his comments with regards to political opinion or the whereabouts of the PM.
We were allowed to agree with bad people. It makes our job easier.
And my understanding is the Ontario Provincial Police is looking at this particular incident and having that there will be a follow-up investigations in relation to their code of ethics and
code of conduct. Ridiculous.
And how this police officer interacted with.
He interacted beautifully with the protester.
With this particular protester.
What do you think the remedy is there, PY? Just as a final point, when you see something like this in a moment like this, what do you think the remedy or repercussions, if there are any, for this officer might be?
How can we eat him?
Well, the officer will have his day to explain, his reasoning, his thinking, which he's entitled to. But
it won't matter.
The fact of the matter is, and that's what I'm concerned with, is the perception of the public. Whereas officers need to remain neutral in their dealings with the public, just to ensure that the public has full confidence in officers that are protecting our elected officials.
I can't believe I'm watching this.
P.Y. Bordeaux, always.
Let's see what the former Ottawa police chief has to say. Of course,
he's expressed his own personal opinions on a certain matter to obtain favor with the demonstrators, and that's inappropriate for a police officer to do that. You have to.
These guys are out of touch. Out of touch. They can't even see the big picture. It's amazing. These are police chiefs and deputy commissioners. He's allowed to act any way he feels that he needs to act to calm a situation. Cops don't have to tell the truth. What makes you? Maybe he's not on board with them. Maybe that cop liked Trudeau. Do you want him to say that? He's not going to say that. He's going to say the opposite. He's going to agree with the protester. That protester did nothing wrong. Why would he disagree with him? And he did nothing wrong, and it was a nice conversation because of that police officer. I can't say it anymore. Then you get these dimwits on. Dimwit.
The OPP says it's reviewing what happened.
The video. Oh yeah, this bootlicker. Trying to act serious.
Has raised concerns about professionalism and depicts opinions that are not in line with the OPP's values.
Opinions that aren't in line. Well, what's wrong with you guys? You're out to lunch, clearly. Why? What do you mean the opinion is not in line? Shit rats get arrested and they get released. That's a fact. Every cop knows it. Everybody in the world knows it. There's nothing wrong with saying it. It's a fact. They get released, and then they kill cops.
Well, we don't share that opinion. I'm trying to get promoted.
It's opinions that are not in line with the OPP's values.
The Prime Minister says he won't...
Unbelievable that he even gets up there and speaks. It just grosses me out, guys. We are so quick to eat our own. We're so quick to destroy a police officer. But we're not quick to stick up for one. To me, it's cowardly seeing these police officers talking about this cop this way. Because it's easy to do. The hard thing is to come on here and try to explain to you that the cop did nothing wrong. Well, that's difficult. That's hard. It's easy to just say what these guys are saying. It's easy to articulate, and that's what's going to come down to. He's going to get a code of conduct. And it doesn't matter what he says, he's going to be punished for what he did. Because they're going to articulate. They're going to find something. They have to find something. In their mind, they have to find something because it's hit the media. And when any time something hits the media with a police officer, you're done as a cop. You're getting punished as a police officer. You can never win. Because this is, they're weak. Management are weak. Gutless, and it saves their career by destroying you.